All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our mobility class here. Just raise this up once. Cool. All right, so welcome back. If this is your first time taking this class, my name is Nick. I'm from the Palo Alto Fitness Center. This is our mobility class. It's about 15 minutes, so we'll go ahead and get started with some scap work right now. So what we're gonna do is just start by getting these shoulders mobilized. We're just gonna start by just doing some nice, easy shoulder circles here. So I'm just gonna go in one direction. So while I'm here, I'm keeping that torso upright. Think of the shoulder joint is a ball and socket, and we're just trying to move that in one direction. And then we're gonna go ahead and move into the other direction, nice and slow. Crows are out right now. They're probably wishing they can join class today. And relax. Nice work, everyone. From here, we're gonna go with some standing rows. How this one works is I'm gonna get my arms out about shoulder height, and they're at about shoulder width as well. What I'm gonna do is I wanna use my elbows as the guide, and I'm gonna pull my elbows down and back, and I'm gonna squeeze those mid-back muscles. So I'm gonna reach forward. I'm gonna pull my arms down and back, like this, and repeat, nice and slow. Remember to breathe in. I like to exhale as I squeeze. And right now, what we're trying to do is just move our scapula, right? So as I bring it back, they retract and squeeze. And as I bring my hands forward, they protract and reach. So they're kind of expanding. Right now, they're pinching together. Right here, they open up and expand. Nice work, everyone. Let's do a few more of these just to really squeeze, promote some blood flow. This one helps you to improve your posture throughout the day. So if you're sitting down, this is a good one just to, squeeze the scapula, get some blood flow in there. And relax. Nice work, everyone. From here, let's get some external rotation. This is going to be hitting your shoulder as well, a little bit more into the rotator cuff. What I'm going to do here is imagine you're holding onto some Kansas soup in your hand, and my arms are about 90 degrees right here. So if they're here, try to get them 90 degrees like this. Hands are facing up, thumbs to your side. And all I'm going to do is keep my elbows tucked to your side, or imagine there's like a pillow here. I'm just going to externally rotate them like this, bring them back. Once again, it's a very small motion. Let's go ahead and try that out. So my torso is upright, my shoulders are down and back. You'll notice that it's not that much movement, right? It's very difficult to do this while keeping your elbows to your side. It's very easy to just reach and see how my elbows go out. We don't really want that. We want them tucked to our side, really target that rotator cuff. And just squeeze back in, keeping that torso as upright as you can. Nice work, everyone. A couple more. One more time. And relax. Great job, everyone. Awesome. Let's work into our windmill coming up next. So this one's not only going to hit your shoulder joint, but it's now going to get into your hips as well. So we've done this one before. Your feet are about shoulder width apart or so. Stand back here so you can see. What I'm going to do is one arm stays down, this arm stays up. I'm going to hinge at my hip so it looks like this. And then I come back down. Now, the trick with this one here is that if my arm is here, I want you to imagine you're holding a screwdriver, all right? And we're about to screw something in at the top. If my arm just kind of stays still, I feel like I'm stuck here, right? So in order to do so, we're going to screw drive, and then it goes back. So when you're ready, go ahead and try it out. So my feet are about shoulder width apart. I'll hinge, come back up, and I'm just going to repeat that same side. This arm stays up. I like to keep my eyes on that top hand. Practice that rotation. Taking deep breaths in, deep breaths out. After this, I'm going to hit one more repetition. So wherever you are at, go ahead and try doing one more. And relax. Great job, everyone. All right, coming up next, we're about to go to the other side here. So same thing, while this arm stays down here, this one's up here. Really, I'm bending through my hips. I'm not squatting down on this one here. I'm just pushing the hip back. And then in order to get down here, I have to rotate that shoulder joint and repeat when you're ready. Nice work, everyone. Hanging on to that screwdriver. Mobilizing that shoulder. We're gonna go with 2 more. So feel free to get 1 or 2 more in here. And relax. Nice work, everyone. Whew. All right. From here, we're going to finish off with some handcuff rotations before we get onto the floor here. Now, this one is where you're actually now, same thing like the screw driving, we're just working on that rotation of the shoulder joint, right? So it starts here where my hands are behind the head. So demonstration, how it works is I bring it behind my back and I close the fingers. So from the back, it looks like this. Now, slow motion, it looks like this. When I bring them out, it's right here, right? That rotation happens again, that screw driving effect looks like this. Then I bring it down. Then on my way up, undo the screwdriver, and then repeat. So when you're ready, go ahead and get your hands behind the head here and take it slow. Just teach your shoulders how to internally rotate, externally rotate. You're trying to keep your arms behind your body on this one here. I like to hold each one and just kind of open up when my hands are behind the head. Same thing when they're behind the back, I'll lower my shoulders, chest up. Couple more, taking deep breaths in and out. Let's do that one more time. And relax. Nice work, everyone. For these next 2, we're going to be onto our mat here. So if you want to set your mat up right now, go ahead and do so. And let me just move my camera here if I can find my little clicker. There we go. All right, everyone. So for this one, we're going to get onto all fours. We'll start with our cat camel here. How this one works is my hands and knees are going to be about hip to shoulder width apart, squared. And all I'm going to do is begin by protracting my shoulders. So I'm going to open up my spine. And let's just hang out here for a second. I'm tucking my chin down, just relaxing my neck. Applying force through the floor to open up my spine. From here, I'm going to go back into extension. So I'm just going to flatten my spine. Now, when I do this one, I typically don't arch the lower back. You may do a little differently for yoga. But the purposes of this class, I really like to enforce a neutral spine. So just think about your shoulder blades down and back and just kind of keep the lower back its natural curve. You don't need to overarch that part. From here, I'm going to protract. So I'm going to open up and round. Let's go back down, flatten your spine. Right now, I want you to focus on your scapula, the shoulder blades. Open up. Back down. All right, coming up next, we're gonna go thread the needle on this one here. So I'm gonna stay in this position onto all fours. One hand is gonna go under the opposite hand, slide. It looks like this. So I just slide it forward like this, keeping that chest up. I'll go back to the center and then I'll switch sides like this. And that's it. When you're ready, go ahead and try it out. So I just slide a hand underneath and I'm just trying to keep my chest up and look. I will switch. This is now hitting your mid spine. This one feels really good for me today. If you're in Cassidy's yoga class this week, she was doing something similar to this. Nice work, everyone. I'm going to perform this one more time per side. So wherever you're at, feel free to take your time. I like to grab the floor and kind of give myself a little bit of a rotation and pull. Awesome job, and relax. Perfect. Coming up next, we're about to get into a seated toe touch. So how this one works is I'm going to take a seat and I'm going to get my legs out in front of me, about hip to shoulder width apart. So when you're ready, go ahead and assume this position here. And all we're going to do is, what I like to do about the floor is that it's your position where you can really just anchor your legs down here. And it's a little bit more challenging compared to the standing position because you have gravity helping you out. How this one works is when we're here in this position, try your best. First progression is you're going to place your hands on your knees and we're just going to shift our weight forward, right? The second progression is where you reach for your shins, try to grab onto a shin, just going to pull yourself forward. And then of course, last progression is where you reach for those toes. So when you're ready, go ahead and get into the seated position here. And we'll go ahead and reach. Let's just hang out here. So I can definitely tell my lower back is pretty tight. Although I can reach pretty far right now, I definitely feel some tightness. For me, it's usually my sleep. If I either overslept or if I just slept in a wrong position at night. But the good news is that once I start moving around the day, you know, the tightness goes away. So really the easy cure is movement, get some blood flow. I always notice when I wake up and I take a hot shower too, the heat is a nice one to loosen up the muscles. And relax. Let's do the same thing, but with our legs wide. So we're actually going to get our legs into a V position. So think about spreading your legs as wide as you can here. So I'm just going to move them out. And an easy way to kind of help you out with is my hands are behind my body here. I push my body forward. And then same thing when you're ready. First progression is you're just gonna hang on to like your quads, your knees. Second progression, you'll hang on to your shins. And then third progression, you'll hang on to your toes. So when you're ready, just try to lean forward as much as you can. Just hang out. We don't want anything too painful. Just a little stretch into the abductors. I'm sorry, adductors, those are your inner thighs here. And then of course the lower back. And we're just taking deep breaths in and out. We'll hold here for about another 5 to 10 seconds. Just keep breathing. Once again, slight discomfort is all we want. We don't want anything painful. And we'll slowly come on up. We'll slowly bring our legs back together. Awesome job. And that was our mobility class for today, everyone. So short and simple and sweet. We just targeted a little bit of the scapula to start, and then we hit the lower back to end the day. If you have questions on any of those exercises that we did, these are recorded, so you can find this on the YouTube channel, and feel free to reach out to me if you want me to just go over any of the specific exercises that we covered today. But have a great week, everyone. I'll see you next time. Take care. Apologize if you heard my dogs. I think they saw a bird. All right, great job, everyone.